Here I am back with another video. On my last one, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I showed you the last piece of equipment that came to the gym and my new cardio corner. And in this new video, I'm gonna show you how I actually work and train in that cardio corner up there. So I'm gonna show you two different training on my bike, and then a little bit of strength, and then a little bit of running. It's not just that. I also got Zwift now. If you don't know, it's an amazing software to train your running and your biking. I connect that to all my machines and it was very cool. I also got to test my new shoes that I showed in the previous video. So a lot of new equipment, new training software, new shoes. So you're just gonna see me training a little bit and give you a few feedbacks as I go on. And then I'm gonna meet you again at the end of the video to give you my final result of these two sessions. And see how it went, what went right, what went wrong, and how much the equipment helped me or not. So go ahead and I'll catch you back here at the end of the video. So just going through a little warm up now, then I'm gonna do the FTP test from Zwift. So it's gonna be just a little bit longer warm up, and then 20 minutes test power output on watts, just to see where I'm at right now. And that's gonna be my baseline test for what I'm gonna do next. It's gonna take around 50 minutes. After that, I'm going to do some front and back squat and some more CrossFit kind of work on lifting. And that's gonna be my session number one. And then I'm gonna come back in here this afternoon for another 50 minutes on the bike. It's gonna be different interval work, working on heart rate zone. It's gonna be mainly zone 4 to zone 2 workout for 6 sets. Just see how that goes, but I'm actually very excited that I can spend many hours training right now, so can't wait for it. I'm just gonna finish my warm-up and catch you for the test. That was brutal. It was a 20-something minute warm-up with different intervals and what to hit, straight into a 20 minutes test for the higher power output you could put out in 20 minutes. I started pretty comfortable, and 10 minutes in, I started struggling big time. A few things are that I just have one fan up there that just keep moving so it doesn't really blow on me constantly, and now it's very hot in Bali, so the heat definitely played a part. It's completely wet down here. Second thing is that I'm getting used to now ride with cleats and clips on the bike, and having normal shoes now. I had hot feet syndrome that I've never heard about until I started to research on cycling shoes, but basically my feet started to become really hot and sore, which of course didn't help to keep the pace, but I'm pretty happy. I wish I could have been a little bit more I forgot the word in English, but I wish I could have kept my rhythm a little bit better. I started first 10 minutes around 310 watts average, and I finished at 302. Had a few moments around minute 12, 13, 14, 15 that I struggled big time to keep the pace, but managed to do it. So we're done with these. So 50 minutes on the bike done. I don't know how I'm gonna squat now. I have like supersets of front and back with volume, so it's gonna be interesting. And then tonight I'm gonna be back here for a second run on the bike, but I actually love it. I don't know, there's something in suffering that I find it really powerful. You just have to be here, sit down, shut up and suffer, and no one cares. So just, I don't know, there's something in that I find pretty magical, and I truly love it. So now I better shut up and go back to work. We're back again. So it's been 2 days since my last Zwift workout. It was Monday when you saw me on the bike. Today is Wednesday, and yesterday was my swimming and strength day, so I haven't used Zwift at all. As you saw, the previous two workouts, it was just biking. So I tested Zwift with one of the workouts that they already had, and then I created my own workout on the Zwift platform, which is amazing. I loved it. Now, today we're gonna run, and running is a little bit different. So they still have their plan, they still have their workouts, but you cannot custom your own. To custom your own workout, you have to go into another website that they have. It's zwiftworkout.com. You create your workouts and then you upload it into the app. I thought it was a little bit of a pain at the beginning, but it's actually very cool, and I'm gonna show you how it works. So what we're going to do here now is we go into the workout. I have uploaded my time for my mile, 5K and 10K. And then here I can choose if I want to base the workout on duration and if it's running, or we can even make the biking here, but I find the biking better on the website. And now we just choose what we need. We can add the warm-up, we can make it as long as we need. And according to the time that I've uploaded up here is going to tell me exactly what speed I need to keep on the warm-up. Then I can build, let's say, my interval. So this is 3 different intervals, but I can make more. I can add as many intervals as I want. And for example, you know, I want an interval to last longer. So here's just gonna be a 2 minutes interval, and it's gonna be in a zone 3 instead of the zone 4. Then I'm gonna have my rest a little bit longer. And instead of zone 1, maybe I want it in zone 2. So I'm just gonna bring that up. And then I can do the same with my next block, or I can just have a different block that I can just build by myself, and I can make it as hard or as easy as I need according to what my training plan says, and as long as I need. So I can just really adjust and customize what I need, and every time Zwift is going to tell me what speed I need to hold, how long the workout is going to be, and how far I'm going to run. So when this is done, I can just save it and add it onto the app, and then I'll have my running program ready. Now, I really love this because I'm a coach and I believe in the power of being coached. So I don't coach myself. I can't. I believe in the power of accountability, and I believe in the power of someone telling you what to do. And it's just like, not having to think of what I need to do for my workout is a big stress relief for me. So I love programming, of course, for my clients and all of that, but when it comes to my workout, I want someone else to look after that. So all I need to do is trust the person and execute. So I don't have to, you know, think about it. Also, because it's a lot easier to kind of cheat when you program for yourself. Well, if you have someone keeping you accountable and programming exactly what you need, it makes it a lot easier. So I have my running program, I have my biking program, and all I need to do now is just to set it up, put it into my Zwift, and then I'm ready to go. So really excited. It's gonna be my first running on Zwift. It's gonna be my first running on the Assault Runner after a long time. And it's going to be my first run on the Oka One or 1-1 shoes. I still don't know how to say that, but there's a lot that is going to get tested today. I'll see how it feels, and then I'll let you know. It's going to be around a 50 minutes run. It's going to be a different interval run. It's not the one that I just showed you now. I just made this up 1 second to show you how it looks. But yeah, I guess now it's time to go and get ready. Pink shorts, of course, because that's all I wear when I go running. And then I'll let you know after the run how it went and pros and cons of everything. See you later. Made it. First run on Zwift and Assault Fitness done. It was 52 minutes of intervals. So it was the first 15 minutes of warm up and then 6 interval in zone 4, alternating with intervals in zone 2, and then the last 5 minutes cool down. It was awesome. I got my first 10K in 49 minutes and something like 49 seconds, something like that probably, which I think is my PB. So without even trying, I got a 10K PB and felt smooth and easy. I have a few idea why it felt that way, but I'm sweating a lot and I don't have much battery left on this camera. So shower time, food time, then we're gonna sit down and I'm gonna tell you why running felt good. It could be a combination of many different factors, which we're gonna go and check later, and maybe some of them are gonna help you too if you're looking to become better at running. So catch you later. Training is done.
got some food, got a shower. Now we're ready to talk about how the training actually went. So starting off on the bike. The bike was nice and enjoyable. The only main difference that I found from the Bike Erg and the road bike is that my feet caught on fire on the Bike Erg. So on the cycling bike, you have like, you know, the cycling shoes, they have like some sort of ventilation that my normal training shoes don't have. So after cycling for a bit, my feet went on fire, and that's the only issue that I had onto training on a stationary bike as opposed to going like normally on the road. And the second thing was that I didn't have a fan. Everyone always recommend, of course, to have a fan that blows in your face. It recreates a little bit more of that feeling and keep you cool. And I didn't have one of those, and Bali was very hot. So that's something probably I need to look into. But other than that, I really enjoyed the session. I think it's really cool. It was my first time training indoor. I've always trained outside, but to do interval work, it's such a great tool to have because you don't have to think about other cars, how the street conditions are, street lights or anything. And driving here in Bali, it's quite scary sometimes. So not having to think of all of that and only think about hitting my splits and focusing on cycling was amazing. So I think a lot more of that is going to happen. And I'm just gonna go and cycle outside once a week on my longer like Zone 2 bike, so I don't have to look too much at intervals. I just have to get it done and stay out for a couple of hours. But every time I'm gonna have interval work, I'm probably gonna do that on a stationary bike up here. Going into the run started a little bit strange because I couldn't connect my Zwift to my runner from my laptop. And so I've tried a few times, it was just not connecting. So then I've tried to connect Zwift from my laptop to my Bike Erg to see if it would connect, but it didn't connect also there. And then I saw that I have an update that I need to do. So I think the problem was in my computer that I need to update, and it's going to be able to recognize the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth. And so I had to keep my phone, which turns out actually to be a lot more easy because I just had it on top of my monitor, and then it was very good. So the run that I had to do was 52 minutes, including 15 of warm-ups, 5 all cool down, and then the main sets in the middle. And it felt so good. I think, again, I didn't have to think about cars or dogs chasing me or other things that happen in Bali all the time when I'm out running. And I just had to think about hitting my splits and keep on going. So that was great. I think I reached like the 10-kilometer mark at like 49, 40 something. And that's my 10K PB. I don't run long distances often, like at all. This is where I'm actually starting now my serious run training. And it felt effortless, so I'm very happy with that. It was also the first time running on a treadmill after I've done a few sessions, like 3-4 sessions in the past year, but I would use that a little bit more regularly when I was in Dubai, and especially the Salt Runner. So it was like a year and a half that I was off of it, and it got to my hamstrings a little bit. I felt when my session was over that my hamstrings were very sore, or not sore, but just tight compared to when I usually go out and run on the road. So probably there's just like a little bit of a negative side, the runner as opposed to the road. Another thing that I found a little bit tricky is that I sweat a lot. And by sweating on the runner, it got very slippery. So I had to probably grip even more to push the runner back. So probably that's what got my hamstrings to work a little bit extra, is because like after 10-15 minutes, the runner was completely wet and it was hard to have it cycle. So that was like kind of the two downside. But as I said, the upside to being inside and just focus on your split was amazing. And that's pretty much how the session went. Same as for the bike, I think I'm going to keep on running onto my runner whenever I have to do interval works, just so I can focus on those and I don't have to think about anything else. Also here, I probably need to have a fan. And another thing that I actually enjoyed it now is that running on the treadmill, I didn't have all the up and downs that I have in Bali. Like I didn't have a flat surface to run on for so long, because everything in Bali is just up and down all the time. So it was nice to just have like a constant steady pace, because that's also very similar to what I'm going to have into my Ironman. Speaking of which, it's in July and it's in Lombok, so it's just an island off of Bali. So I'm happy that I get to train in a lot of heat because my Ironman is going to be very hot. So I'm happy, like even though I have to sweat a lot and some training sessions are painful, I think it's very good that I get to practice those conditions that I'm going to find again into my Ironman. So this was it for my first time training indoors on a assault runner and Bike Erg using Zwift. I love Zwift. I already just made my full membership and everything. I'm going to start to use it very regularly. My training is also switching a little bit now, and I might talk to you about this later on, but I'm probably going to start to dedicate, I'm going to start to dedicate 10 to 14 hours a week to the Ironman prep. So that means my CrossFit is going to go down a lot. So I'm not going to focus on CrossFit workout much anymore for a little bit of time, but I'm still going to do all my strength work, maybe a little bit more focus for biking, running and swimming, but I'm still also going to do my ollie lifting, because one thing that I always wanted to do, it was complete an Ironman into a time that I have in my head, but I also want to stay strong and big. So that's something that I want to do. This is it for today. I hope you find this information useful. And oh no, wait, I forgot to cover one big thing: the shoes. So the shoes were awesome. They were amazing. Like I'm not sponsored clearly by them, but they were so good. And it felt like, I don't know, like running on clouds. It was amazing. Like every stride, everything was really like bouncy and soft. My hamstrings were a little bit tight, my knees and my ankles, my hips, everything felt amazing. So like big thumbs up for the shoes. They got super wet, as I said, with the sweat, but they stayed like nice. My foot was not moving inside. Everything was great. So yeah, I love them already. So that was my first run in them, and it felt really great. So I actually think those shoes helped to maintain a pace, because you could feel like you could have it like a different feel when you were running. You could feel your legs would bounce and get up a little bit easier. So I do think that those shoes, of course, helps you to keep a better pace. I came from shoes that were not really meant to be like proper running shoes to those, and the difference is massive. So if you're looking into training a lot for running, it's probably worth to invest a little bit of money in those sort of shoes. As I said in my previous video, the reason why I chose these shoes is that they came for $100, as I found them on a discount here on Planet Sport in Indonesia, as opposed as the Nike that maybe better, maybe not, but it comes for $300-400. So I thought $100 for something that I'm going to be using a lot was a worthwhile investment, and I'm very happy of how I felt running on those shoes. So really looking forward to do more runs and more kilometers on them. And this is actually it for now. Hope you find this valuable. Hope you'll find some good info for your training. If you need any help, just hit me up and I can just give you from my limited experience with all these things, but I can try to help you out if I can. Have a good one and catch you on the next video.